All right, we'll start off with defender Carson Pickett tonight. Carson, just kick us off with your initial thoughts on tonight's result.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was, for the most part, a pretty even game. I thought our defending, our press in the first half was really, really good. And then, I thought at halftime we kind of talked about just trying to test their keeper and take some more shots. And so, it's second half, I think we pressed them more and got more chances and obviously able to finish. But, I think overall pretty good game for us.
Sorry, awesome.
Carson, just walk me through what you saw on the goal.
I saw Jackie have the ball, so that's enough said. No, I mean, I knew she was going to get the ball and serve. I've said this a million times. I think she's one of the best servers in the league. So every single time she gets the ball, I'm trying to get into the box. And I honestly saw both of their defenders go for the same ball, so I just backed out, waited, and then came to me and luckily took a pretty good first touch and was able to half volley it.
Michael?
Carson, congrats on the goal. Thanks for your time. Just curious as to what is it about Seattle and Orlando? These teams just don't like to decide a winner. This is the 8th draw between you, the 5th time you guys have drawn here. What is it about these games that are just so tight?
I mean, I think as you've seen in the league at this point, back in the day, I think there was 4 good teams and that was kind of it, and everyone just battled against each other. But now I think you have a whole league of great teams. Obviously, you saw that decision day was actually decision day this year. So I just think everyone has quality players and depth, and I think that the league's just getting harder and harder every single year that I play in. And it's hard to break a deadlock sometimes, especially in a moment where you absolutely have to win.
Awesome.
Carson, I just kind of, after the goal, last couple minutes or first couple minutes after the goal, you guys concede. Just kind of walk me through what you felt kind of fell apart in that moment in the box.
I think it was just a couple different clearances that maybe we didn't get our foot through it. I think obviously the most important time to make sure that you don't concede is right after you score. So, that's something we'll look at. But, overall, I think it was a great team performance. Obviously, they didn't have many chances. Unfortunately, the 1 or 2 chances they had, they put that one away. But I think defensively we were great all game. And obviously sometimes that's going to happen. But, I think it's important for us to make sure after a goal that, the next 5 minutes we're staying strong.
So your reward is you get a home game in the playoffs. You have to play the same game again, basically. What did you learn tonight that you'll be able to carry into the postseason against this team?
I think obviously we know who we're going up against, so it's familiar. I think that, like I said, I thought we defended really well. I thought the first half, our high press was great. I thought we came out with a lot of energy, so probably wouldn't change many things. We'll have a couple things here and there that we'll look at throughout the week, and but I think the best part is that they're familiar. We went over scout last week, and we'll go over the same scout probably this week, but we were able to see them recently. So honestly, just worried about ourselves in the playoffs. I think that we can't worry about the other teams. We'll adapt, but excited to go to the playoffs with this team.
We'll go online to Luis Carlos Pineda.
Hi, Carson. Congrats on the draw and on the goal. I wanted to ask you, the modern fullback is expected to be as effective on offense as in defense. We saw that tonight with your goal. How much of your success comes from anticipating when to push forward into the attack versus maintaining your defensive responsibilities? Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. I was playing higher tonight, and recently I've been playing higher, which is a bit unfamiliar for me. But like I said on the broadcast, I'm happy to do whatever I need to do for us to win and for this team. We have a great group of girls, and I think it's important that sometimes you're going to be uncomfortable in different positions. But I'm learning to adapt, and I think honestly it's been nice because I am an attacking fullback, so getting to play higher up and do what I do best is probably better for me because I'm just closer to the goal, and that's what I like to do. I like to serve, and so started off to be a little uncomfortable in a different position, but again, I'm so happy to just do whatever I need to do for us to win.
Good. All right, we'll pause there. Thank you, Carson.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Joined now by head coach Seb Hines. Seb, just your initial analysis of tonight's result, please.
We did what we set out to do, and that was to host a home game in the playoffs. Obviously, we would have preferred the win and finish in that 3rd spot, but it wasn't meant to be. It's unique because we get to play Seattle again this time next week. So,
Yeah, that's an exciting prospect ahead, but I'm really pleased with the players. You know, they were phenomenal today. You know, the pressure that they put under Seattle and the physicality that they showed throughout the game was really good. So, yeah, we're going to reset, go again next week, and look to get another win here at home.
Cool. Awesome.
Seb, just game plan heading into the match. You obviously have to bring in Julie for Ali. How much does that kind of just throw off what you had initially planned and just kind of working around a different skill set? Obviously, with Ali being a much more direct and faster player than Julie, and kind of having to adapt minutes before the game.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be adaptable, right? These things happen. We had an incident this year again where we had to make a change leading up into the game. So it just shows that players need to be ready, even though they may not be starting. They're going to be called upon at any given moment. And so I thought Julie did a really good job. She's, like you said, a different type of player. She's going to drop a little bit deeper than what Ali would do, and then it's making sure that we still have threats in behind. We were unfortunate not to get that first goal in the first half. It was offside, marginal. But yeah, that was what we were trying to do. And so whether that's Ali on the pitch or Ali's not on the pitch, the game plan we did really well, I thought. Again, Ali brings a lot off the ball as well with some of her pressure, but you could see that the team didn't miss a beat. Julie instigates the press and everyone was following behind her, and we won a lot of balls high up the field. I think for us, we need to turn those opportunities into goal-scoring opportunities, and I think that will be the adaptation that we take into next week's game.
Michael.
Seb, congrats on getting a home playoff game, second year in a row. First half was a fairly dominant performance, but again, we're seeing that lack of being able to get the ball on target in the last instant. What, aside from not scoring the goals or getting the shots on target, did pretty much everything go according to your plan in the first half, tactically?
Yeah, I mean, you could see that, right? You could see that we were very good in our press, winning the ball up the field. We were switching the point of attack. I think that's the hardest part of football, right, is getting those clear-cut opportunities when a team's got multiple players behind the ball. The spaces don't always present themselves like they would, whether you're in a fallback or a team's high pressing. And there was moments where, Seattle decided to press us higher up the field. I think we found good moments and we've let ourselves a little bit vulnerable, with some misplaced passes. But I think that's something that's risk reward, right? If you lose it, obviously the team is high enough to win it and go straight to goal. If you get through that press, it opens up space. And so, you never look for a perfect game. This game doesn't allow you to be perfect, but I thought we were really good, especially in that first half, of finding good areas. But that last part is to obviously make the keeper work, and I don't think we did that enough tonight.
Seb, I wanted to ask you about Carson, obviously fullback by trade, but lately she's been having to be played up higher in the pitch. Just having a player like her that is versatile on that left wing, being able to get into the box. She scored a couple of goals, 4 goals in all comps this year. Yeah. Just having a player like her that, when you're down a lot of depth in terms of those positions, to have her be able to step up and score goals, just how important is that?
Yeah, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is probably her best goal-scoring year. And it shows with her qualities. She's got a great left foot, and she picks up really good positions on that back shoulder. Really good first touch, execution of the finish, and she fully deserves it. I know going into this game she was disappointed she wasn't starting, but this is the best way to react And that's important as well, whether you're a starter or you're a player that comes off the bench. You can see, in other games, Marty's come off the bench and made a massive influence to the result. Today, Marty started, but then Carson takes that role on as a game changer, and that's really important if we want to reach the goals that we're aspiring to do. So it's going to take a full collective effort. Like you said, Julie comes in last minute, plays a really good game. Ali's out and Simone Charlie was out, Oyani was out. So it's having that, competitive roster that players need to come in and do a job in order for us to be successful in this postseason.
So you talk a lot about the big moments, not conceding in the big moments of the game. You score the goal, and they come back down and score at the other end. From your perspective, what did you see go wrong on that play?
Yeah, it's a corner, right? And Seattle are very, dominant in the air. They've got some good height. I think we did really well with the first ball. And I think they, play it back in, and Corrie held her hands up straight away. She knows that she can clear it a little bit better than what she did, and it's a good finish in the end. I haven't seen it on camera, just I know in the moment. Yeah, set pieces are important as always, making sure that we're resolute at the back, making sure that we clear it out of dangerous areas. And yeah, we take a lot of pride in that. But also, we put ourselves in a position where we take the lead. It gives us that foundation to go on and win the game. It wasn't meant to be tonight, but I think as long as we are on that front foot at home, get the fans up and loud and make it a hostile environment, it can be quite intimidating for the opponent. And that's what we're going to need going into next week. For Seattle, they've obviously played tonight. They kind of know what's expected, having just been here, but we're going to need more fans. We need them to come out to really make this environment intimidating for the opponent. So, yeah, just want the whole stadium full. It's a historic moment for us again to have back-to-back playoff games here. Having gone through it in the past, we've never had those sort of privileges. So it's important that we make it as hostile as possible, and it's going to take everyone in the community to come out and support this team because they deserve it.
We'll go online to Luis Carlos.
Hi, Seb. Good evening. The mentality for a regular season match is different than a single elimination quarterfinal match. What is the single most important message or characteristic you want to instill in your squad, especially this week as you transition from regular season grind to win or go home soccer? Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I think resilience is big. I know a lot of people wrote us off a couple of months ago when we were on that run of games, but we've showed a lot of resilience to get ourselves in this position where now we're hosting a home game. So, yeah, you're going to face adversity, and it's how you react off that, because we're constantly having to prove people wrong, and that's important. We're very much together. Everyone's pitching in. You can't take these moments for granted, hosting another home field game in front of your own fans. And then, playoffs is a funny old game. You win that first game, anything can happen. And so, yeah, it's fun, it's enjoyable, and we're excited at the prospect of what could happen in the future.
So we talked about the first half getting pretty much what you wanted other than the goals. The second half was a little bit more tight, a little more back and forth. What did Laura do on the other side to change? Did she change anything tactically, or was it just a matter of putting Haidema and Mondesir out there and them making the difference?
Yeah, I think it's mostly that. I think obviously Haidema's height is such an outlet for them. They can probably bypass the press a little bit more. She can flick it on, and players can work off her. Mondesir is a very physical player, so even though you get tight to her, she can turn you. They can bring on different types of players. Adamas came on, Darlene came on, who have been playing a lot of football. didn't start today, but they can change the game and they can have a very different look. Adama's is going to get into more pockets, I think, with her left foot, switch the point of attack. So it'll be interesting going into next week what lineup Laura decides to go with and how that can change. But I think they've been pretty consistent with their formation and their style of play. And it's more individuals that can change a game than a system.
All right, we'll wrap there. Thank you, Seb.
Thank you.